Micah chapter 1. The word of Adonai that came to Micah, the Morashite, in the days of Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, visions he saw concerning Samaria and Jerusalem, smashing idols in the high places. Hear, O peoples, all of you, attention, O land, and everything in it. Adonai Elohim will be witness against you, the Lord from his holy temple. For behold, Adonai is coming forth out of his place. He will come down and trample on the high places of the land. The mountains will melt away under him, and the valleys will split apart, like wax before the fire, like water being poured down a slope. All this is because of Jacob's transgressions and the sins of the house of Israel. Who is the transgression of Jacob? Is it not Samaria? Who are the high places of Judah? Are they not Jerusalem? So I'll make Samaria into a ruin in the countryside, planting places for a vineyard. I will hurl her stones into the valley, and will lay bare her foundations. All her images will be smashed, all her prostitutes' pay burned with fire, and all her idols I will make desolate. From far prostitutes' pay she collected them, and to prostitutes' pay they will return. Concerning this, let me lament and howl. Let me walk barefoot and naked. I will make a howl like jackals, and a mourning like ostriches, for her wounds are incurable. For it has come up to Judah, it has reached the gate of my people, even up to Jerusalem. Tell it not in Gath, weep not at all. At Beth-le-Aphrah, roll in the dust. Pass on, you who dwell in Saphir, nakedness and shame. She who dwells in Zaanan will not come out. Wailing of Beth-Ezel he will take from you its standing. For she who dwells in Maroth has languished for something good, for calamity has come down from Adonai to Jerusalem's gate. Harness the chariot to the steed, O inhabitant of Lachish. It was the beginning of sin for the daughter of Zion, because in you were found the rebellions of Israel. Therefore you will give parting gifts to Moresheth-Gath, house of Achzib, as a deception to the kings of Israel. Yet I will bring the possessor to you, inhabitant of Mareshah. The glory of Israel will come as far as Adullam. Shave yourself bald, yes, shear your hair for the children of your delight. Enlarge your bald spot like a vulture, for they went from you into exile. Micah chapter 2. Covetous schemers. Woe to them who scheme wickedness, who work out evil upon their beds. In the light of the morning they do it, for the power is in their hands. They covet fields, so they seize them, or houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, a man in his inheritance. Therefore, thus says Adonai, behold, I am scheming a calamity against this family, from which you cannot remove your necks. Then you will not walk haughtily, for it will be a time of distress. In that day he will lift up a parable for you, and there will be wailing and lamentation, saying, we have been utterly ruined. He changes the portion of my people, how he removes it from me. To the faithless he portions our fields. Therefore you will not have no one casting for territory by lot. In the congregation of Adonai do not prophesy. They prophesy, unless they prophesy about such things. He will not turn back reproaches. It is said, O house of Jacob, is the Ruach Adonai short of patience? Are these his deeds? Do not let my words deal well with one who walks uprightly. But recently my people arose as an enemy. You strip off the outer robe of a garment from those passing through confidently, those returning from war. The wives of my people you cast out from their exquisite houses. From her young children you take away my splendor forever. Arise and go, for this is not the resting place, because of uncleanness that destroys a grievous destruction. If a man walking in a spirit of falsehood speaks lies, I will prophesy for you of wine and strong drink. Then he would be a spokesman of this people. I will surely gather Jacob, all of you. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel. I will put them together like a sheep in a pen, like a flock within its pasture. They will be noisy with people. One breaking through will go up before them. They will break through, pass through the gate, and go out by it. Their king will pass through before them, Adonai at their head. Micah chapter 3. Unjust leaders, false prophets. Then I said, hear, leaders of Jacob, rulers of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know justice? You haters of good and lovers of evil, you are robbing their skin from them, and their flesh from their bones. Now that they have eaten the flesh of my people, stripped off their skin from them, and smashed their bones to bits, they cut it up like flesh in a pot, or like meat within a cauldron. Then they will cry out to Adonai, but he will not answer them. Thus he will hide his face from them at that time because of their evil deeds. Thus said Adonai about the prophets who are misleading my people, those who bite with their teeth and cry shalom, a word that he did not put in their mouth, yet they consecrate war against him. Therefore you will have night without vision and darkness without divination. The sun shall set on the prophets. The day shall become dark upon them. So the seers will be ashamed and the diviners will be abashed. Indeed, all of them will cover their lips, for there will be no answer from God. Nevertheless, I myself am filled with power, with the Ruach Adonai, with judgment and with might, to declare to Jacob his transgression and to Israel his sin. Hear this, leaders of the house of Jacob, rulers of the house of Israel, you who abhor justice and twist everything upright, who built up Zion with bloodshed and Jerusalem with injustice. Her leaders give judgment for a bribe, her priests give direction for a price, her prophets practice divination for money. Yet they lean on Adonai by saying, is it not Adonai in our midst? No calamity will come upon us. Therefore, because of you, Zion will become a plowed field. Yes, Jerusalem will become a heap of ruins, and the Temple Mount will become a high place in a forest. Micah chapter 4. Torah will go forth from Zion. But at the end of days, the mountain of Adonai's house will be established, chief of the mountains, and will be raised above the hills. Peoples will flow up to it. Then many nations will go and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of Adonai, to the house of the God of Jacob. Then he will direct us in his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For Torah will go forth from Zion, and the word of Adonai from Jerusalem. He will judge between many peoples, and decide for mighty nations far off. They will beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning shears. Nation will not lift up sword against nation, nor will they learn war again, but each man will sit under his vine, under his fig tree, with no one causing terror, for the mouth of Adonai Zavat has spoken. But all the peoples will walk, each in the name of his God, so we ourselves will walk in the name of Adonai Eloheinu, forever and ever. In that day it is a declaration of Adonai. I will gather her who is limping, and her who is banished will I collect, even those whom I have afflicted. I will make her who is limping into a remnant, and her who is banished a mighty nation. Adonai will reign over them on Mount Zion from that time and forever. But you, watchtower of the flock, are the hill of the daughter of Zion. To you she will come, even the former dominion will come, the kingdom of the daughter of Jerusalem. Why are you crying out loud now? Is there no king within you? Has your counselor perished, so that agony has gripped you like birth pangs? Rise and give birth, daughter of Zion, like a woman in labor. For now you will go forth from a city, you dwell in the field, and will come as far as Babylon, where you will be rescued. Adonai will redeem you from the hand of your enemies. But now many nations have assembled against you, those who are saying, let her be defiled, and let our eyes gaze on Zion. But they do not know Adonai's thoughts, nor understand his plan, for he has gathered them like grain to a threshing floor. Arise and tread, daughter of Zion, for I will make your horn iron, and I will make your hooves bronze. You will thresh many peoples. I will devote their unjust gain to Adonai, their wealth to the Lord of all the earth. Now gather yourselves in troops, O daughter of troops. He has laid siege against us. With a staff they have struck the judge of Israel in the cheek. Micah chapter 5. Eternal ruler from Bethlehem. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, least among the clans of Judah, from you will come out to me one to be ruler in Israel, one whose goings forth are from of old, from days of eternity. Therefore he will give them up until the time when she who is in labor has given birth. And the remnant of his brothers will return to Beni Israel, so he will arise and tend his flock with the strength of Adonai, in the majesty of the name of Adonai his God, and they will live securely, for then he will be great to the ends of the earth. This one will be shalom. When Assyria invades our land, when he treads on our citadels, then we will raise up against him 7 shepherds and 8 human princes. They will devastate the land of Assyria with the sword, even Nimrod's land with a drawn blade. He will deliver us from Assyria when he invades our land, when he tramples on our territory. The remnant of Jacob. Now the remnant of Jacob will be in the midst of many peoples, like dew from Adonai, like abundant showers on grass, that does not wait for man, nor lingers for the sons of men. For the remnant of Jacob will be among the nations, in the midst of many peoples, like a lion among the forest beasts, for a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he passes through, would trample and tear to pieces, and there would be no deliverer. May your hand be raised up against your adversaries, and may all your foes be cut off. Now in that day it is a declaration of Adonai, I will cut off your horses among you, and I will destroy your chariots. I will cut off the cities in your land, and throw down your strongholds. I will cut off sorceries from your hand, and you will have no more diviners. I will cut off carved images and your sacred pillars from among you, so you will no longer bow down to the work of your hands. I will uproot your Asherah poles from among you, and destroy your cities, so I will execute vengeance and anger and wrath on the nations that have not listened.